Hey guys, so a follow-up on my last video for the meat farm on Aberration. I think I perfected it. So this one I'm looking at right now on the right, the bigger trap was my old trap, and I used a rock drag, jump over the railings when the nameless came in, killed the nameless in the trap, would turn into an alpha, and I would stand next to it, and it was just annoying. It ever since patch 5.5, this trap was working really nice, but after patch 5.5, it wasn't working properly, and I think it has something to do that with the railings or something like the nameless. They need to be able to see you, so the spawns just keep going, going, going. So I kind of wanted to change this trap. I wanted to see if there's something new. Also, I upgraded that structure. All the fridges are inside with a transmitter and a bed, so you can just fill up a lot of fridges. Like there's already like I would say around 15 fridges in there, and a hide as well. Like I need to get some daddy boxes and do that. Now, creature-wise, rock drake is great. The problem is with the rock drake, like they harvest okay. It's always on times two around 40 meat and around 40 hide, which is fine. I tested the Megalo. The Megalo, very strangely, it's consistent. It's also like 40 to 60 meat, and it could be 40 to 60 hide. The thing with the Megalo, what I saw in the testing, is that he sometimes got more hide than the meat. Which is fine because the Megalo, like they don't have much weight. You should have meat bearing on it then, and you have to level up some weight, and it's all possible. But if there's one creature that has a ton of weight when you tame them or when you breed them, it's the basilisk, and this is one of the top stat basilisks. You know, it's not like as OP as on Gen 2 on Evolved, but it does quite nicely. And I noticed that the basilisk is the other way around. He actually sometimes gets the 60 meat and then like 30 hide, but he's also very consistent. If it's like 48 meat, it's going to be around 40 hide. It's very consistent, but he actually gets the meat more often, a higher number, and the megalo is the other way around. So what did I do? This is the trap. Two foundations, normal foundations, two triangle foundations, and you kind of need to put one of the foundations next to each other so you can snap the triangle in the front, then pick them up again, the normal foundation. When you have both the triangle foundations placed, then you can put the normal foundations two behind each other. I'm trying to make a video, sir. And then you use a hatch frame ceiling connected to the second foundation. Then you put walls, the normal small door openings, too high. And then they need to be doors, all sides, right? Then you connect stairs from the top one going down towards the foundations. And then you just put railings at the triangle foundations to kind of like guide the nameless in, and you put railings on the top of the stairs and everything. And what you do, because the whole problem with this old trap, the basilisk couldn't get out sometimes out of this. Sometimes you just had to get lucky, and 90% of the time, if I used the megalo couldn't get out. Like you had to get extremely lucky, like kind of like glitched over. But with this trap, you do it on foot. You stand literally at the entrance, the gap in front of the stairs. Turn your light off. Let the nameless come. Go up the stairs. They'll follow you. Jump down. They will jump down by themselves as well. as long as you get a nameless in, doesn't have to be the alpha, they cannot get through the doors. You run out, you could have your basilisk in the ground or you throw it out. You chill on your basilisk with the light off. They can't get out. And eventually, let's say there is an alpha on the outside, you kill the alpha. Eventually, the one inside the little box turns into an alpha and it goes quick. Now the spawning of the nameless is fixed. I saw this trap from this Spanish dude from Evolved. I can't remember the name of that YouTube channel. If I remember later, I'm going to put it in the description so you can check his channel out because he actually has some decent videos as well. But yeah, thanks to him, I saw this trap, and this is super interesting now because it's doorways, so the nameless can see you. So I already had some nameless in here, and as you can see, they're small, can't get out. There he is. Bam, alpha. And straight away. All right, that's the first wave. Now let's see how consistent the spawning goes. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's five. So as you can tell, it's much better. Sometimes you get unlucky and it takes a couple seconds. But because he can see you and you're riding a basilisk, because it's a massive creature, he can see the creature. The spawning of the nameless is actually really good. And because this is a good basilisk, you're killing the nameless pretty quickly. I'm probably going to pick up the old trap after this video. But, yeah, as you can see, the spawning of the nameless goes very quick. And that's what I needed to make the meat runs go faster and a little bit easier. Because, yeah, you do get less meat than, if you're harvesting Spinos or Rexes or whatever. But if their spawning is good like this, and it's very consistent with the meat and the hide, it's actually really nice. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. You got your little building next door set up. And like I said, you can take a break. If you want to drop meat, which we're going to do right now, turn on the light. Right, the one in the box goes down. And this is also a reason why I like the basilisk. I turned off... Oh, apparently... Oh, this is from the Megalo testing. I don't need this. And I don't need that. Right. What I like about the basilisk, you put it on the ground, because everything aggroes on the basilisk, right? But if it's in the ground... So you can literally take a little break, and those nameless are in the ground. Let's fill up some fridges. Almost. So it's not gigantic with this one, but where's my? I don't know if we can fit this in. Nope. It's okay. And you get the basilisk back out. You took a little break. You got your meat over there. Actually, I also forgot to do the commands. So the crashing doesn't happen as often. So you come back, you park your basilisk in front of the doorway, turn off the light. Of course, you had to spawn over there. All right. Wait for him to turn. And there we go. We can continue the meat run. And let's see. It should go. Takes a few seconds for the spawning to start. That's 1. 2. 3. I need to back up just a little bit because they're spawning very close to the basilisk. 4. Give it a few seconds. See, now it's, you can back up just slightly more. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, now they're spawning. That's good. That's a soft spot I was looking for with the old trap, but I couldn't make it work. But now with this trap, it's perfect. It's perfect. Look at that. Look at that. And this is by far, of the entire game, my favorite meatrun to do. Because the only thing you have to do is get a nameless in this trap and you're set. I don't have to look for an OSD, which is still very nice as well, by the way. But just meat and hide, this is so good. Super consistent. If you keep at it, even for hide, like, you can get ridiculous amounts. I'm hoping that wildcard, because we got changes on the Doedicurus and the Donkey and Enki, I'm hoping that for the meat eaters, they're going to give us the option just to collect or normal raw meat or hide or prime, you know, stuff like that. That for all meat eaters, so you can just pick your favorite dino and creature and do meat runs or hide runs or whatever. And you don't have to drop non-stop the meat or, you know, the prime or all that. But yeah. So again, I will show you in a second. So the spawning really is nice now. It's really nice. Right, little break, slide on. Alpha will go in the ground. He should be going in the ground. But if not, it don't matter. He's not going anywhere. He's in the ground. So what I was talking about is you place, you can see the crosshair. You place that first foundation first, and then the second one you place behind this triangle, so you can snap the triangle perfectly. Then you pick up that foundation, do it on the other side. Then you place that foundation, then the hatch frame ceiling. But I prefer the hatch frame, but you know, it's a ceiling, but you can change it anyways. Then you do the doors, the single small doors. You can't get out all the way around, too high. Then you put the stairs. You need 3 stairs going all the way down. Then you start putting on railings. And there you go. That's your little trap. That's it. And look, because the spawning goes so much quicker. That was what we were looking for, really. With the old trap, but we couldn't make it work. And I've noticed this ever since 5.5 released, that this trap wasn't working the way how it was working. It just really wasn't. Right, first wave, got to kill these so he can turn into an alpha. So you can see again, bam, alpha. Give it a couple seconds and he'll start spawning the nameless, and then you got to find that distance, that sweet spot. So they're like non-stop spawning. It's 1, 1, and 2. Back up a little. But most important is you got to be in front of the door. Like the alpha needs to see you, and he will non-stop start spawning the nameless. You can see 1, 2, 3. We're killing them pretty decently quick. Oh, got to back up a little bit. It's hitting. But yeah, you can see it's very nice, very consistent. And you know, we've turned on the light now 3 times. You can see that one nameless will stay in that box, and every time when we turn off the light, he'll pop out of the ground, kill the other nameless that are coming for you, and then he will turn into an alpha again, and then Back up just slightly, just far enough away from the spawns. You're good. You're good. A little bit more backing up. I don't want to go too far. That's 2. That's number 3. That's number 4. See, now we found the sweet spot. Very, very nice. Very consistent now. So yeah, this is by far. It has been evolved, but by far this was the favorite way of doing the meat runs. I just had issues with the nameless ever since 5.5, and I kept trying to make this trap work, but now with this trap, and then having a little structure next to it with a transmitter and fridges and everything, it just works so much better. And it happens like a couple seconds you don't get any, but like it's so much better than with the old trap. This took like 5 seconds and then they start spawning again. Really nice. Really nice. So I highly recommend it if you just want meat, if you just want hide, or you need nameless venom. This is a fantastic setup. But try doing meat runs this way. I highly, highly recommend it. Get yourself set up. Get a little structure next to your trap. Get yourself a basilisk. Like, it's just really good, man. And you don't have to like worry about the weight and all that. It's yeah, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It is really nice. And like I said, like you can just chill. The only thing you have to do is press the R2 button on PlayStation 5 at least. I don't know controls on the PlayStation and Xbox, but yeah, that's it. You don't have to run around. You don't have to look for OSDs and get things set up. Or you're like, once you've set up here and you find yourself a spot where nameless basically spawn pretty consistently, you build yourself a little trap there, build a little building next to it. That's it. And I'm probably going to pick up the old trap. So the nameless, they don't spawn inside this little box because it happens sometimes. But yeah. and meat and hide wise, the basilisk is getting way better than the Drake. Megalo, like I said, I've done like 30-40 minutes of testing. And he actually, like, he's good for meat as well. Don't get me wrong. I think better than a Drake. But he gets sometimes more hide than meat. Like, as example, kill this one. Here, 24 hide and then a lot of meat, right? And with the Megalo, sometimes it's the other way around. Not always, but sometimes. And the Basilisk, it's the other way around. He's more for the meat. Which makes sense because, you know, he's got a lot of weight. Just like a Giga or something, you know. So it makes sense that this is actually the better creature for meat runs. As intended on app. And yeah, I think we have the perfect setup now. So I got super excited after doing testing for like an hour and a half. I was like, okay, I gotta make a follow-up video because now it's working properly as it should have been in the first video. But like, you know, now it's better set up and you get a better idea what I'm talking about. And again, this is also good for nameless venom, but I've turned that off. I have to show you real quick. I've turned that one off, the victim item collection. So we're just getting meat and hide, and that's also why I like the nameless so much. No prime meat. No, maybe in the future we don't have to worry about that anymore if Wildcard do some quality of life changes. But until then, I highly recommend this. Highly recommend it. And you know, it's decent for hide as well. But meat, oh man, it's so relaxing. Very relaxing. But yeah, it's yeah, it's literally my favorite way of getting the meat. So, and even hide, I know there's other ways to get hide. I've had that Ovis video. It's pretty useful as well. But this is just, it's so good. It's so good. It's so relaxing as well. See, that's why I need to pick up the Ultra. This, get away. But yeah. Anyways, guys, highly recommend it. If there's ever any players out there that are struggling, show them this video. Show them that little trap. I can make a video how to make it, but it's really not that hard, and I just explain it. Like it should be easy for everybody to do. But yeah, it's good. It's working. As you like, this is a 20-minute video already, so you can see it's really consistent. It's really working. They're spawning pretty quick. The alpha's not going anywhere. You got your building set up. So yeah, that old trap is gonna go. That's gonna go. That's definitely gonna go. But it happens sometimes like this, like a little resting moment. I'll jump off the Basilisk, get the aggro off the alpha, jump back on. There we go. Probably the Basilisk needs to move slightly to the right, but it's okay. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you next time. Laters.